Okay. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Today is a throwback type of episode of Show and Tell What the Hell. And I'm going to be showing off some very special toys and some that I'm actually not sure of myself. But we're going to be talking about knockoff figures that I quite enjoyed as a kid. Now, these are not my original ones, but these are ones that I actually got off of eBay, and I'm going to put that back a little bit there. These are actually pretty big. This one's actually missing his wings. He's not complete. And you know what? I'm going to move this slightly back right here. Try to get this a little further back. And there you go. There's number one here. And actually, these are Imperial ones. I'm going to just kind of start laying them out and talking about them. These came with the lot. Wingless Dragon and Winged Dragon that kind of look the same, like they're both kind of joking and telling each other secrets there. And then this guy right here, I forget his name, along with one of my favorites, this guy here. Let me actually put him back here so you can see him a little bit better. These are made from a rubbery vinyl. Very durable. I mean, they've stood the test of time. Now, one trademark with these Imperials, let me put this up a little bit. That look cool. See them all together like that. One trademark with these Imperials is that they all had these like red eyes and red nostrils and very sloppy paint jobs. But for the time when you had them next to a He-Man character, let me bring out my trusty Stinkor. They were about the same size, right? Well, at a scale that was reasonable with these. In fact, these were meant to be steeds for He-Man-like characters. I believe these were Imperial, and Imperial actually put out some Godzilla products. Yeah, this one's Imperial, but I want to say this one is also Imperial, but yeah, this one's also Imperial. Yeah. Now, these are the ones I have questions about, because I actually saw these on Amazon some years ago, and I was meaning to pick them up because I was real curious, because I did a search for Rubber Dragon Imperial just out of curiosity, and these popped up on Amazon. These are actually from 2005. So these are not so old, but look very similar to the Imperial Dragon. So I had a lot of fun. I have my original one of this guy that I actually painted up, put away somewhere. I actually want to go back, revisit him, maybe even make a new saddle for him. These were just fun toys to have. I mean, they've worked with your Masters of the Universe, but they also worked with LJN Dungeons and Dragons. I remember getting like my War Duke fighting, or what was the other guy named Strongheart, and have Strongheart fight them. Back then, kids, we used to have toys that we used to play like that with, and it was we didn't have video games. We did, but we didn't have home consoles until like a little bit later on. But we just had a bunch of Star Wars toys, Dungeons and Dragons, and big rubber dragons. These you would go to like a KB's or a Circus World, and they'd be in a big bin of like just rubber dragons, and they're there to tempt the parents to say, "Hey, let me just buy this cheap toy and shut my kid up." And that's pretty much what a lot of kids owned these, so it worked. But look at the color difference. I'm noticing that this guy's a little bit more. I've always liked this like dark teal or something with this red. This looks reasonably realistic, and he does have some details. He almost has like what looks to be a rhinoceros body, with a little bit of a dragon, with kimono dragon, with some warthog qualities. But this mold, I had this same mold here. I always like the expression of this one. He looked kind of goofy, and this one looked a little excited. Like this guy's the happy one, and this one was the goofy one. And they both have different spikes. One thing I remember from a kid is that they both had different spikes on the back. This one had kind of like a fin thing going on, and this guy had just plain old. And I would always like hurt myself. Same mold. That now the only difference was is that the one I had was molded out of a white plastic like this, and then it was given a purple uh, airbrush, if you want to call it an airbrush. It's white, but um, yeah, I mean these were just how we used to. This was just a kind of a vague representation of what a dragon would be, a loose interpretation rather. No details, no articulation at all. But we still had loads of fun with these because they were just there to kind of stand in the background and you had your main figure interacting with them. Um, so yeah, a lot of fond memories with these guys. I'd like to get the white one eventually. I'm glad I picked these up. I think I actually got the whole lot here for roughly 20 bucks and they're not too expensive, but they made for great toys. I used to put them in the bathtub. I remember I used to like get like my mom's shampoo and like put it in the mouth here, and then it would be like oozing out of the mouth. I mean, and they'd get so pissed off at me because I'd waste it like that. I'd also lose like little pennies inside, and you'd stick it like. Well, this one didn't have the hole. Some of them had a hole that would actually go down the belly. And one of them I actually like managed to rip the head off at one point. And I also have, a tradition that I have. Every now and then, every few years, I'll get a plastic shark. I used to collect plastic sharks, and put plastic sharks in the bathtub. Yeah, and but they're made out of the same like heavy, thick vinyl. But this one is 1980. I'm trying to read the 1980 something. Hold on, let me see. Sorry. Well, I can't understand the. It says 1980, and then it has a Chinese symbol. It looks to be. This one says 1983. So, yeah. This one is 1984. 1984. Now, this one is actually, these are a little bit more squeezable, pliable. This guy right here is pretty damn rough. And this is when they were kind of using these to be compatible with Masters of the Universe like figures, whether it was Warrior Beasts or Galaxy Warriors. And I think this guy came out with either the Warrior Beast or Galaxy Warriors. I don't know. There were some similar ones. No. I don't know. That's kind of hard. I need to do some research on that. Sorry, I was so unprepared. But he would come with an orange saddle, and you could actually fit your guy on top. And it was pretty cool. I mean, He-Man only had Battle Cat. So, and Skeletor had Panther, but what did Trapjaw have? Or what did Merman have? This was really good with Merman, by the way. You get a lizard-like creature with a lizard-like creature, or with, what's his name? With Cobra Khan. Anyway, folks, yeah, I mean, I really like these figures a lot. I'm glad I picked them up. I'm looking to pick up some more. They're not that expensive. They're great for kids. I actually like how this guy reminds me a lot of Hanna-Barbera. You know what this guy looks like? He looks, oh my god. Never noticed that. I'm going to get another one just to customize him. He looks like the one from the Herculoids, doesn't he? The dragon from the Herculoids has a very similar like snout, and it has that horn. The one that would fly and shoot. Maybe this was supposed to be part of a Herculoids line that we didn't know about. But then again, I believe the Herculoids dragon, I don't know, I could be mistaken here, didn't have arms, and the wings just went into like a wyvern of sorts. But anyway, so I'll just stop it there. Now these guys are great too. Maybe you could find these. Maybe these are a little bit more readily available. They're interesting. I don't have any desire to do any custom work on them because they're not really super detailed. Unless I wanted to make them into like stone pieces and cut them up and then put them as if they were a broken down statue. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching this. Let me know if you guys had any of these, folks. Maybe if you have some more information, maybe you could save me 45 minutes of doing Wikipedia or internet research and share your experiences firsthand with me, because I actually do prefer it that way. And one thing I miss about one thing I miss about real life and not the internet is that you could actually talk to people and say, hey, do you remember that? And we may have some sort of vague recollection, and then we're still trying to piece it together until somebody finally gets it right. Or we may just never figure it out until like years later. Sometimes, yeah, that was, I think as a last resort now, I go on Wikipedia, but I try to remember the best I can and try to use context clues and talk to other people about it because it's just more fun that way. Anyway, take care, folks. Have a good one, and we'll see you later on.